Hey guys, Brian Allaire here, and thank you so much, Kevin, for that intro. And as you guys already know, you have some awesome case studies, but I'm super excited to share this case study with you because it's with my good friend Jeff Mills. Jeff, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and Jeff, he's the guy that we did over 1.4 million in just a little over a year and a half, and it was really cool how we connected because essentially the perfect pitch was used a few times in our connections. So actually, Jeff, when did we start out? I would probably say it was in 2007, maybe 2008.
2008.
2008-ish is when
10 years ago.
10-year reunion. So 10 years ago, we were sitting there, or not sitting, but you were in the Midwest. I was in Florida working for my mentor, and you had a product, an outsourcing product.
Right.
And Jeff went ahead and we were looking to do some cross promotion. So I had the perfect pitch and I said, hey, how about you share with your tribe our stuff and we share your stuff with our tribe. We both make money. It's a win-win. And which was cool because we both did make money. It was a win-win. And that's what opened up that door. And then after that, I got to speak at your event, which is a funny story for another day, huh? Which is, again, for another day. But spoke at his event, perfect pitch again, said, hey, had some success in this area. I can speak at your event. And then the funny thing is I went off and was probably, did my own thing, you did your own thing. Probably, I would say, what?
7 years later?
Yeah, 7 years later or so in between. Then full circle back around. And I'll kind of let you pick that up because you got a phone call, right? Or I called you.
Right. Well, let me tell two stories.
Okay.
So the first story was I get a call out of the blue from you,
Yep.
and I never heard about who you were, but I knew who your mentor was.
Right.
And so in this case, you used the leverage of someone else's name to get to me and said, hey, this person, I'm working on their behalf. You were doing JV management at the time.
Yep.
And I think you had just gotten into that role, worked yourself up the ladder, right?
Right.
So you made the perfect pitch to me saying, hey, here's what's in it for me, what's in it for you.
Yeah.
You made it work for both ways.
Right.
And that's a great way to get your product into someone else's product family of like their list, right? So you guys were pitching how to do JVs?
Right. No, so it was a six of profit. So it was a whole process of pretty much bringing a business online and what you would do to build up a customer base, get them primed up. It was
but you were teaching the JV side of it.
Oh, right, yes, yeah.
And then I was giving you guys content to put
on
in your product on outsourcing.
Yep.
So then Ryan came to we never met before. So then Ryan came to the ClickBank Masters that we did, ClickBank Masters USA, a big event I put on in Florida.
Yep.
It was awesome. And then we met Ryan there for the first time. And then Ryan moved up here to the Midwest. And at that time that you connected with me, I think it was back in 2014-ish.
Right.
E-com was blowing up.
Huge.
E-com was a big deal.
Yeah.
Shopify stores, T-shirt selling. You know, I don't know if everyone remembers the early days. It was the golden days.
Yeah,
man.
the Facebook and e-com. And
Facebook and e-com.
Overnight millionaires.
It was awesome. So what I knew about Ryan, because we hadn't been in communication for several years, was that you were still connected and had contacts. You had associations, you had a Rolodex, you had people that you'd worked with that have big lists that I could leverage that. Right. So we went to PD Pappy's in Stillwater, Minnesota, and you gave me the perfect pitch.
Yeah, that's funny. And then just to backtrack, so just to kind of, we're still in business now and everything's cool, but it was to get like what, just over 10%, 15% of the business.
Yeah, it was like an affiliate JV manager.
Right. And I was like, okay, cool. But the funny part was my mindset was like, okay, how can I serve? How can I fulfill with what I committed to? You know, and the funny thing is Kevin and throughout the whole Perfect Pitch series is what that teaches, right? Is all the fundamental steps, step by step. But the cool part is I was in that mindset, and then what did I walk away with, right?
50%.
Half the business. Right. So it's like, I mean, and that's not trying to like.
And you got to travel all over America, see the world.
Worldwide tour.
Yeah.
So we have so many epic stories. And the cool part is not just being able to travel. We made a bunch of money.
Right.
But how we got to impact people. How we got to go to Tampa, Atlanta.
Sydney, Australia.
See
the kangaroos.
Yeah, kangaroos.
And all the fun stuff.
It was so fun. And people were impacted. Businesses were changed. So the cool part is through this actual case study, we're going to talk about how we went ahead and the perfect pitch literally not only just landed me, right, a partnership, but then we used it in a webinar series that went ahead and turned around sales after sales. Remember how we would sit there and we would be in certain cities traveling and we just have sales come through, and we still do to this day.
Right.
And it's, again, when you have the perfect pitch in place, when you have all the elements in place, it's super simple to get these results.
Okay.
And it's achievable for anyone, because if you backtrack, Jeff, have you always had the internet marketing knowledge and the know-how?
No.
Let's hear about your beginnings.
Well, I've been doing this for a long time.
Right.
So I don't know if people know who I am, but I've been doing internet marketing since 2003.
Right.
So, but I didn't know internet marketing. It was being invented as I was in it,
Exactly.
at the time. And now here I am 17 years later or something like that.
Right.
And I feel like I got a good knowledge about it now.
Oh, I mean, like now you're
but
a
I've also
go-to
been a
person.
student of the industry.
Right.
I buy people's courses, I go to events, I get mentoring, and I do coaching with other people that help me become better, right? And I learn new skills. Like, I'm not a good salesperson, so I needed to learn a lot about pitching and a lot about selling. And I didn't have those skill sets, so I had to.
Well, because
buy
did you go to
courses.
college to become a salesperson
No, I was
or marketer?
before I became before I became
A marketer.
an internet marketer. I was actually a youth pastor,
Wow. So,
and I learned marketing being a youth pastor, trying to get kids to come to my events. What am I going to say? What kind
Brilliant.
of production am I going to put together? What kind of flyers and things? And I love that process. I love the process of getting people excited about something so they would be a participant in it. And then I figured out, okay, I can do it in this environment, but now I can also do it in the business world.
Cool.
And you make money doing it there.
Right,
It's
yeah.
kind of a nicer,
So,
it's not a nicer, but a different reward.
Right. Which is cool, because that's actually what attracted me to you. Is I know your passion with helping people. You did it essentially in a church, right? You were. It's funny because I know, like, the story is right. Is you left paid ministry just to go into business, and then still I know you do very active in communities and charity, which is really cool. That's a cool part that attracted me. So it's like, you don't have to have this vast marketing knowledge, right? You don't have to have a killer webinar that's producing tons of cash, because it wasn't that way when we rolled it out, right? It was literally there was no sales coming through. We literally focused on, okay, what can we do to make the perfect pitch to the industry?
Yeah.
How can we go ahead and have a compelling offer?
Right.
How can we go ahead and dissect the stuff that we know to help other people? And then in turn, we got paid from it, and to the tune of over close to $1.5 million.
Right.
So if you don't have a webinar, right, if you don't have the perfect offer, if you don't have an event to sell things at, that's fine, because this right here teaches you all the fundamentals you need to know to get you to that level. And the next thing you know, you're asking for 10% of someone's business.
Right.
And next thing you know, you're getting half of it. Next thing you know, you're doing deals with Kevin Harrington. And it's like, so for me, it's surreal, because it's like, I got to know you, Jeff. I know your heart, and I know what you've been doing this last decade, and in your humble beginnings, because you just weren't given a marketing company, and you weren't, right? It's like you learned everything, and you worked your way through the process, found mentors, seeked out people, and it's like, it's paid off.
And
now
I took action.
And
that's the biggest thing, is just taking action.
Exactly.
You know, I think it might be useful, if you don't mind, maybe we can break down the funnel that we did.
Let's do it.
And show people how our perfect pitch that we formulated together took people through many steps in a process, and we can kind of break down, like, what we charged people and how it eventually led to, like, a high-end coaching program.
100%.
Because I think that might be valuable to people watching.
100%. So Jeff was having success with e-com, and it was Facebook ads selling T-shirts.
Right.
So when people saw those, like, ugly, funny shirt sayings, possibility it came from Jeff. No?
But a lot of sports shirts.
Yeah, sports. A lot of sports.
And a lot of cease and desist.
Yes.
So don't do any infringing stuff.
No.
Not that I did, but it was close.
Gray areas. And I know you had students that did niches in police force and the cruising industry, pet industry. So obviously, this was adapted and applied to essentially a lot of niches and businesses.
Right.
But it was the fundamentals of what Jeff was doing. So we said, wow, this is powerful. Local business owners were implementing it with their stuff. Then we had people that were just wanting to become e-com sellers were implementing it. And so then we created a web series, or not web series, or a training, a web training that was Jeff's training, and we sold that for $1,000. But the reason why people paid us $1,000 was because we built a proven system. And Jeff, let's talk about that system.
Okay, so we had a funnel. So marketing funnels where you start off with one product that leads to another product leads to another product and maybe another product. You know,
Right.
you have several products in a funnel.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal is you want to bring someone in through the front door. And then if there's value in them seeing the next product, they want to buy it, they'll buy that, they'll buy the next thing.
Right.
And they might buy everything in your funnel. And you might come away with several $1,000s as a product seller, right?
Right, right.
So the first thing we did is we created just a simple how-to course, how to make money with e-commerce and Shopify and Facebook ads, how to sell anything on Facebook using Facebook ads, right?
Right.
And then from that, we sold that course in a product launch.
Mm-hmm.
And we got everyone to mail for
Right.
it and get into
So we had
it.
affiliates.
Yeah.
So if people want to be affiliate marketers, this information can help your business, right? The perfect pitch will help affiliate
Right.
marketers and anyone in that niche. So we had affiliate marketers, and then
Right.
people,
People made money by promoting my product, and they got a percentage of the sales.
right.
And then we converted it from the product launch to a webinar,
Mm-hmm.
and we sold the product through webinars, and we connected to tons and tons of people all over the world,
Yeah.
who then would bring their people to our webinar, and then we would do the training for free, give them great content, and then make a pitch at the end of the webinar,
Right.
and then they would buy the product. And then we did the next step was, hey, we can sell them upsells with software and tools they can use to enhance their business. And so we made some money there. And then the next thing we did, it's like, okay, let's take this from just watch over my shoulder on a computer. Let's do it live.
Yeah.
Let's take people to a workshop. And that's some of the best way to get people to learn your systems
That was awesome.
is bring them to a workshop and then teach them in a 2 or 3 day system.
Right.
You know, everything you do in your course, just do it with them live. And
Mhm.
people love the hands-on learning. But you can charge a lot more money because it's a
Mm-hmm.
higher value perception.
So here's the cool part, because now the person is in the room studying and learning from over the shoulder. But what did me and Jeff do? We're up here in the Midwest. So I'm meeting Jeff at negative 30-degree weather. They're de-icing the plane, and we're going to Tampa, Florida to hang out with people and getting paid handsomely to do it, but also impacting tons of people because now they're like, what? This is your playbook. This is what you're doing. Holy cow. If you want to do some type of mentorship or some type of partnership, then we offered that, and it was a double win-win. People went ahead and got better service, and they got one-on-one attention, and we were compensated. So essentially, anyone can do this, right? And it all formulates essentially with the perfect pitch. And the main focus everyone needs to focus on is being at this webinar, which is on the 24th, because we're going to dissect actually this exact case study and everything else we've been talking about this week in more depth. Because, I mean, Jeff taught me a ton, and it's been an awesome partnership and mutual friendship throughout these years. But I know this is it's been life-changing for both of us.
Right.
I mean, it's how you've been able to travel with your family. It's how you've been able to do the awesome things with your daughter. Over in New York City, when we had a fun time with that, and with Izzy, who came with.
Yeah, well, Izzy's my daughter.
Right.
And
Made me laugh a little.
I don't know if you watched the Vampire Diaries TV show. It's really popular. So they're doing a convention in New Jersey, Parsippany, New Jersey. So we figured, hey, let's go to see the vampires. And then when we're done, we'll go to New York City in Manhattan, and then you and I will put a workshop together and combine family and work together. And we all toured around New York,
Yep.
and you got to see some of your relatives out there at the same time. So
Yeah,
it's good.
that
You
was-
got to see family as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we made some money while we were there as well.
Right.
And it was really a lot of fun. And these are the kind of things. Well, I guess you're going to talk a lot more about these in the upcoming webinar.
Exactly, right. So on the 24th is the webinar, which talks about exactly these stories that you're learning, because it's not about us, right? It's about you, the person watching this right now. Because the perfect pitch has impacted Kevin's life on a grand scale, my life, Jeff's life. It's been countless of people, and we want you to see the same exact effects in your business and your life. Make sure you register below right now and save your spot, because spots are filling up fast, and you want to be with us live. Because we'll be going over some awesome things, covering exactly how the perfect pitch impacted my life, Jeff's life, obviously on Kevin's life on a grand scale, and on your life as well. So be with us, October 24th, save your spot, and we'll see you live. And I want to thank you, Jeff, for being with me.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, and we learned some awesome tips, tricks. We showed the funnel that did 1.4 million.
Yeah.
We showed how the perfect pitch impacted your life. It impacted my life. It impacted Kevin's life, obviously, and a bunch of other people's.
Right.
So now the next thing is people to join us live.
Right.
And that's October 24th. You'll be there, right?
Yeah.
Kevin's going to be there. A bunch of other people are going to be there. And what you need to do watching this video is to register below this video, save your spot, because they will fill up. They're filling up fast. This is a huge promotion. This is worldwide. People are watching this. So you want to make sure you show up on time and reserve your spot now. And we'll see you on October 24th live in helping you craft the perfect pitch for your life and your business. Take care. Have a great day.